How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Farming Simulator 19 Survival Series. So we are up at the shop because we are decluttering the farm a little bit. So we are getting rid of the old mower. We're getting rid of the bag handler. We're getting rid of this drum weight because we never really use it. It's just not heavy enough for what we normally put on the tractors. And we're also getting rid of the front loader that we just purchased brand new for the wheel loader. And I'm getting rid of it because it's just uncomfortable. It's very difficult to pull logs up off the ground with that. So I don't know, maybe I'm just using it wrong. I don't really know. I just can't get the hang of it. I mean, maybe I'll keep it. Actually thinking about it, maybe I should just give it one more go. I was not very comfortable with it, but again, I might just be doing something wrong. It's just oddly shaped. This we can just grab by hand. We're going to get rid of this as well. This was what we used at the start of this whole farm operation to cart chicken feed around with. So, yeah, let's get that sold. And we'll get that sold. And that we don't want to sell, so I'm going to try and sort of pull this. This is very heavy. So I'm going to try and pull this out of the way. We'll have to use the front loader to get that loaded up back on the trailer. We'll probably take that back to the farm. We'll give it one more go. We're going to sell this off, so none of this is really worth selling in terms of money. It's really just a matter of decluttering the farm. Because we've got things lying around that really doesn't need to be there. And I also restructured the farm a little bit. Well, not restructured the farm. I mean, just moved equipment around. And I'll show you that as soon as we get back. But I'm going to load that back on the trailer. And I'll catch you guys back at the farmyard. Alright, so I just dropped that off at the shed at the entrance of the farmyard. And we'll get the trailer put away real quick. These trees are really annoying when you're trying to reverse something. And let's try and get that in there. So, yeah, the trailers aren't at the end of the shed in the sort of back area there. They are now going to live here. And I really just need to get this straightened up. There we go. Alright. There we go. That should be fine, just over there. Get it close to the back there. Beautiful. Right. That's okay. That is all undercover. So, yes. The tractors have all sort of moved up one bay. So, we've got the front loader in there as well. The big tractor we've got in this shed here with the combine. So, I just swung the header around and put it at the back so we can use the front of the shed. And this can still sort of stick in here. We'll have to move this, actually. Let's just park this in front of the house. Because we're going to have to pull that tractor out anyway to get the combine out. Because today is harvest day. And we have got a lot of work to do. We're just going to leave that there. It's fine. Yeah. So we're going to have to pull that out. So this is just slightly moved around. So the big tractor was in there. So everything just moved up a bay. That gives us room for trailers over here. And then in the trailer bay back there, I put the wood chipper and the bale wrapper. So, yeah, that's the only thing that's really changed. And, yeah, now we've got a bit of a nice open area over here. So, no clutter lying around. All of the front loader attachments and everything is also back up at the shed where the plow is. We've still got all of that wood, but we're not going to be dealing with that today. What we are going to do is we're going to get this John Deere moved out. We'll probably just for time being put it in the other big shed up there. And that means we can get the header out, we can get the combine out. And we are also going to have to get a bit of potato equipment out. So I think what we are going to do is we are going to get the... Oops, there you go. Hit a rock there, but this thing is pretty solid. Probably did more damage to the rock than to the tractor, to be honest. And yeah, look at that big chunk out there. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, really. But yeah, we are going to get the big combine out here. I love this combine. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I would actually love to buy another one. 7150. Yeah. I'd love to buy another one of these. Alright. But we can't afford one of these right now. Another one. Well, maybe actually we could. But we're not going to buy one now. That money is all for some different things that we're going to do around the farm. And why can I not attach that? Hello? There we go. Beautiful. Okay. And lift that up. And normally we would start at the wheat field here, but we are not going to do that today because we want to get straight on to potatoes. So we are going to take this out to one of the other fields and we are going to put a worker on this. I hope this area is wide enough for this to get through. It should be. Yeah, not by much, but it is. And it should be easier to drive down this road because we made it wider so that we don't have difficulties like we did last time with the combine coming down this road. This is much, much better. We also took some trees down up here to make room for the header so we don't have to pull it behind it. I mean, we can. It's got sort of like a built-in trailer, but yeah, it's easier just to move it around like this. Oh, are we going to get through here? Yes. All right. So I think we are going to, well, we're going to unfold this and not hit that tree. And I think we are going to put a worker on the soybeans over here. I'm trying to think how we're going to do this with trailers. Because we've only got the 3 trailers and we're going to be using trailers for... Okay, hang on. Let's have a look. So we've got those 3. And I actually want to use them for... Well, we only really need 1 trailer for potatoes. We could just buy another trailer. Could buy something like this that we can pull into the shed because we're going to keep the potatoes in a shed. I don't actually know what I want to do here. Ooh, this could be handy. 19,000. That could be nice as well. 50,000. I mean, it's going to be tricky to tip that. I need something that sort of tips at the back. We could get a Marson trailer. What's the capacity on that? 14,500. That's not much, to be honest. That would be nice because I think that is a... It does tip at the back. That would be very nice, but it's very tiny. Maybe I should just think about this whole situation, and I think we're going to buy a trailer for this setup. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so I had a look around, and we're definitely going to have to buy a new trailer. And I think we're just going to sort of buy what we already have. We could probably go a little bit bigger if we needed to. I'm trying to see if this is lined up correctly. Yeah, let's see. We'll start a harvest. And this should be soybean. It is indeed. Right, so harvesting has begun. I don't think... Yep, no swath. That's fine. And we are going to put a worker on that. And... Okay, we're going to jump back to the farm. So he'll carry on with that. We will... grab the John Deere. And we'll put that on... That's the only problem with these sheds is every time you jump in the tractor you just get a big green screen. That's okay. Okay, actually maybe we should put the John Deere on the new trailer. And we'll put the Voltra. So we're going to use all of the old equipment for the potatoes. So we're going to put the Voltra on the triple trailers. And we'll head that over to, well, we'll run it over to the combine. So we can empty him out when he needs to. It is soybeans on that field, so it should take a while to fill up that combine, because it is a pretty decent sized combine. So yeah, we should be okay for a little while. I did notice our potato pickup machine does seem to sort of wear out, I guess, without even being used. So I saw that it's all of the paint is sort of pulled off of it, so there's obviously some sort of an issue with that piece of equipment, but it's fine. We'll just give it a quick service before we use it, and we just won't service it again until we use it again. So that's okay. It's a bit annoying, but it's fine. Right, he's carrying on nicely. We'll just put this somewhere where not going to bother anyone. Like right over there. And right, what do we need next? We need to grab the Ford. We're going to be using the Ford. We'll go buy a trailer in a little bit, because we don't need it immediately. We need to take all of the potatoes out of the ground first. We also need to do topping first. I know that we can do topping and sort of lifting the potatoes out of the ground in one go, but we've got a pretty big topper here, so I think it'll just be easier to do the topping and then go back and pull all of that out as need be. There we go, got stuck on that thing there. Yeah, see, that thing has aged pretty well, so we'll need to give that a good service, but we'll take this out, I hope. Actually, let's have a quick look. I hope that the Ford can pull this thing, or can power this thing. It should. 107 horsepower, yep. That'll be absolutely fine. Seems like it's having a hard time pulling this. Is there... There we go, right. Brakes were on, that's why. Beautiful. I do like that it simulates that. It doesn't do it on everything, but it does it on some things where you feel like it just doesn't pull very well. And then you notice you didn't put a hydraulic hose in, or some cable or something. So that is pretty cool. I quite like that. Alright. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to get this hooked up, and I'll set the GPS up because we can run GPS on that field, and we will do the topping of the field real quick. This is, I think, a 6 meter working width, so it shouldn't take too long at all. And yeah, we'll get that knocked out real quick, then we'll come back and get some of the potatoes lifted out. I don't know how many episodes there we go. I don't know how many episodes we're going to be doing harvesting for. I don't want to make it too many, but it could be probably 2 or 3. And we'll try and do some different things in between as well. Don't want to make it too overwhelming, but see if we can fold that up. Out of transport mode. There we go. That all moves down. Folds up. Folds up on the other side. And we should be good to go. Yep, everything seems to be working right. So we are going to jump into... Why does it look like we've got something missing on this side? Hopefully it still works though. Right, but we are going to jump into a real quick time lapse, and we'll get this knocked out real quick, and I'll see you guys when we are back picking up some, well, pulling some potatoes out of the ground. Right, so that is about half of the potatoes knocked out, and it's not too bad. It goes pretty quickly, but it is only a 2-meter working width. The shop says it's 1.5, but I'm running a 2 on the GPS, as that was sort of the auto width on the GPS, and it seems to be working absolutely fine, and we're not missing anything. So that's pretty good. But yeah, maybe we're just about under half of the field of harvesting, and obviously collection will remain. But I think that is what we are going to do in this episode up until where we are now. We'll probably carry on in the next episode and do the other half of the field. And not sure if we'll do collection in the same episode, but you never know, we very well could do. And harvesting soybeans is almost done. There's just a little piece right in the left hand side of the screen that was missed, so we'll go and pick that up and maybe just take a quick drive around the headland and make sure nothing else was missed. I don't think there's nothing that I really noticed. And yeah, I think harvesting so far is going pretty freaking well. Right, let's start this back up. That is indeed empty, so we can pull that back in. And I mean, that little piece up there would really not bother me at all, but I'm sure it's going to bother someone, so I'm just going to go grab it anyway and make sure there's nothing else that has been missed. And let's face it, this is probably going to be about a $1 piece of crop. So grab that. There we go. Beautiful. That didn't even register on the implement. It still says 0. 0.1 on the screen there. On my tablet is just 0. That's fine. And I think next up we'll probably have the combine on the canola field, simply because it is the closest one to us. After that we will run it on the barley field, and the soybeans over here in the barley is going to get sold. The wheat is going to be kept as a chicken feed. And the canola is most likely going to be turned into some biodiesel. So we'll still need to put up a plant for that. And I think we're going to put the potatoes in the shed, the big shed where we have the bales at the moment. Okay, that's not in the mood to empty anything. And the pipe is over it, so that's fine. It's just too small an amount to throw into the pipe, so, or to throw into the trailer. That's fine. We'll probably just leave this over here for now. Get it all lined up. Lower that down. Beautiful. Alright. The canola is looking really, really nice. So I hope we get a decent amount of canola off of that field, and hopefully it turns into a decent amount of diesel. And not really sure where we'll be able to sell diesel. I don't know. I'm sure it'll activate some sort of a sell point somewhere, most likely up at the shop. Don't think that it's a placeable. I don't think so. Right, we're gonna run this around the back of the farm into what has effectively become the main entrance, simply because these trailers tip to the left. Well, I just have them set to tip to the left, so it's easier to get to the silos. And that is something that I would really, really like to do very soon, is build some new silos and get rid of the old ones there. And maybe we'll have money to do that. We'll see. We still need to buy a potato planter. Not a potato planter, a corn planter. And a corn header for the combine. And I was thinking about buying another combine, but to be honest, I don't think it's really necessary. If we're going to continue doing some root crops like the potatoes or maybe sugar beet down the line, that'll really keep us busy for quite a while. And it'll probably keep us busy longer than what it'll take one combine to finish off all of the other fields. So I don't think we need to really spend money on another combine. I think we are good when it comes to combines at this stage. And yeah, that's simply because the root crops takes a long time to do. So yeah, I think we'll have a bit of extra money and we can get rid of these silos here finally. It would be amazing to get rid of them. This field over here, the wheat field, we'll have to do ourselves. We won't be able to run a work on that just because of the odd shape of the field, the nature of the field. Doesn't really work well with workers. So we'll jump in that. We'll probably finish off the potatoes and then we'll hop into this field. But yeah, I do think that we'll probably be about equal with the combine with regards to the potatoes. Maybe the combine will even be finished before us. That is very, very possible. And that's fine. No problem at all. Right. That is all of the barley dropped off. Soybeans, not barley. Soybeans dropped off or driving over a rock there. And this we can probably take back to the field, but we're going to just leave it here for now. The John Deere is going to run up to the shop and buy a new trailer very, very soon, because we're going to need that for collection of the potatoes. But that is going to be it for this episode. So in the next episode, we'll carry on with harvest. We've still got a lot of work to do. And then a lot of work after that with regards to potato washing and potato sorting. And hopefully some diesel making and changing a bit of the farmyard around that potato sorting area as well to accommodate for some more equipment like the diesel equipment. So, yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up and I'll see you all next time.